Assalamu alaikum viewers. Myself Dr. Salman Sari. I am working in MIG Tibbiya Unani Medical College and Kalsikar Hospital as a assistant professor in Department of Dermatology and Cosmetology. Today I am here again with new topic eczema or dermatitis. The term eczema derives from the Greek word to boil and is synonymous with other descriptive term dermatitis. Eczema describes a clinical and histological patterns which can be acute, which can be chronic and has several causes. Eczema is final common expression for a number of disorders including following lesions. There could be primary lesion, may include erythematous macule, papule, vesicle, and which also unite to form patch and plaque. There may be severe eczema which includes secondary lesions from infection or excoriation marked by weeping and crusting. In chronic eczema, there could be lichenification may alter the characteristic appearance of eczema. Let's come on classification of eczema. There could be endogenous, there could be exogenous. Endogenous eczema includes atopic eczema and seborrheic eczema. Exogenous includes irritant eczema, allergic eczema, photoallergic eczema, chronic eczema, chronic actinic dermatitis. There is also classification as per characteristic pattern and morphology, which includes osteotatic eczema, discoid eczema, gravitational eczema, and lichen simplex. There are several patterns of eczema, but the clinical features are similar irrespective of the cause. Some subtype of eczema have specific distinguishing features that I will discuss in my next video. Presently, I am going to discuss clinical morphology of eczema, which includes acute form of eczema and chronic form of eczema. Acute form of eczema includes erythema, edema, usually typically ill-defined margins, papules, vesicles, occasionally bullae. There may be exudation and fissuring. There may be scaling. In chronic form of eczema may be as above but less edema, vesiculation and exudate. We can find a specific characteristic in chronic eczema, that is lichenification, where the skin thickening are pronounced. Skin markings are very prominent, secondary to chronic rubbing and scratching. There may be fissure that have a slit-shaped deep ulcer and excoriation. Let's come on investigation of eczema. Bacterial and viral swabs for microscopy and culture are important in suspected secondary infection. Bacterial swabs are commonly positive, particularly for streptococci. Although clinical assessment is required to decide antibiotics, patch test is to be performed for contact dermatitis is suspected. Let's come on treatment of eczema. A general approach to management of eczema include advice, education, support required for patient with eczema of any type. Intensive and prolonged treatment are often required for chronic eczema can have major and distinguishing adverse impact on personal and family life. Emollient and topical glucosteroids are mainstream of eczema of all type in order to improve skin barrier function, limits transepidermal water loss and reduce inflammation. Emollients can be used as a bath additive and soap. Subtitle applied directly. Ointments are preferred for chronic eczema, where cream and lotion-based treatment may be more appropriate for acute eczema. Treatment is once to twice daily. Hydrocortisone 1% and clobetasol butyrate is general use on face with more patent glucosteroids restricted to trunk and limb. A good strategy is to employ an intensive regime with more patent glucosteroids initially and taper use according to response. A key principle is use the least patent glucosteroid that is effective for the shortest possible time. The patient should be given instruction on how much. It is important to monitor glucosteroid use, and easiest way to do things is this: ask how long it takes to use a specific size of glucosteroid tube. The side effect of topical glucosteroid therapy need to be considered, but glucocorticoid phobia and under treatment of eczema are often more of a problem than over treatment. Particular care should be taken on certain sites such as the face, flexus, and in children and elderly. The clinical feature of eczema influence the choice of topical treatment. For example, appropriate treatment of acute exudative eczema could be potassium permanganate soaks, emollients, and topical glucosteroids under weight traps. Chronic eczema may be best treated with patent topical glucosteroid in an ointment formulation and occlusion with a paste bandage to ease itching and scratching. Sedative antihistamines are useful if sleep is interrupted. Non-sedating antihistaminic are ineffective as the itch of eczema is not primarily medicated by histamines.